On today's episode of Messy Joy, Vanessa interviews author Elizabeth Warner. They'll explore how to discover the sacred hidden within ordinary moments, share heartfelt stories of finding meaning amidst daily routines, and offer practical tips to enrich everyday life. Trust us, it's an episode you won't want to miss. And it all starts now.
Welcome, Jessica. Jessica Formoso is here with us today. Welcome to Messy Joy.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So Jessica is a 2-time Emmy Award winning reporter, bilingual reporter for Fox 5 New York. And she is my sister, my twin sister, aka Twinnie.
That's right.
So I'm so excited to have you here in today's episode. I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, but with you.
Thank you for having me.
So Jess, what's one funny parenting moment you had this week that made you think, I don't even know what I'm doing. Am I doing this right?
One? I think that's like every day you're questioning, am I doing this right?
Yeah.
You know, when the kids are having tantrums in public and you don't know, you get like a hot flash, right? It's like,
oh yeah,
everything starts spinning and you're like, we're in public, like how do I address the situation? And then you're like, if I do X, if I do Y, and it's like
a no-win.
Right. And you just don't know what to do. And you're like, am I doing this right? Like, can I control my children in public?
Yeah.
Do my children know how to behave in public? And if they don't, is that because I'm failing? Like, I don't know, how to discipline, how to make sure that they are civil when we're out in public?
Yeah, I can completely relate. I can completely relate. I mean, you have these moments, I think you have these moments of doubt constantly.
Yes.
And I will even dare to say constantly throughout the day, depending on the day you're having with the kids, especially with little kids. Jess, you have 2 young, beautiful girls. Olivia, who's your youngest, who will be 2 this summer, and Layla, who's your oldest, who's 4.5 already.
She'll be 4.5, yes.
Yeah, she'll be 4.5 years old. So, they're little, they're toddlers. They are 2.5 years apart. So, I think you're in the thick of it all.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're struggling. I think it might be a daily struggle, right?
It is, because you always want to do it right? And you always have this feeling of, am I doing it right?
Or is this the right approach?
Right. And you never, I just feel like there's no manual.
No.
There really isn't. And you can go on social media, like on Instagram, and there's always like advice that other moms give.
Psychologists
that are on there. And then you're like, oh, like, let me click on this. And it's like, this happened to me. And then they tell you their approach. And then you may try it. And then you think like shit, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work. Like the gentle parenting, like, I'm going to be straight up.
Yeah, no.
Like, that just doesn't work for me.
No, then for me either. I mean,
it doesn't work.
I think it depends on your child.
Bless your soul if you could really be that
parent.
Yes. Like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. And it's amazing that you have gentle kids that you can gentle parent.
Because I can't.
Yeah, neither can I.
My girls are like strong-willed. Like, there's no gentle parenting at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it also depends on the child and then the parents and the parents themselves as to whether or not, that approach works. I mean, but then again, every parent is different. And if gentle parenting works for you, awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, nobody's knocking it. I think that's
absolutely.
That's great. I wish I could use that approach because it definitely is a more gentle approach than probably what I'm using. So yeah, that's a win. But it's hard. Yeah, right. Motherhood has its beautiful moments.
Oh, absolutely.
Joyful, but it is messy, right? It is messy joy because there are days where you feel like you are winning. You're like, yes, I got this. I will have 1 more child. I will have 2 more because I got this under control. And then there are moments, and sometimes those moments happen within like 5 minutes of you saying that you got this under control.
Right. And then it's like chaos, like complete chaos.
Right.
That you know what? I was dropping off Layla. Olivia was sick. She was under the weather. So I was dropping off Layla at school. And Olivia usually is happy to go drop Layla at school.
Yeah.
Like, she likes to talk to the kids and like play around. We pulled up, got out of the car. She's like clinging to me. I put her on the floor to walk with Layla. She wants to turn back around. And Layla's teacher's like, rough morning. And I literally just walked in and I said, yeah, They said, have kids.
Yeah.
They say have kids, and look at me, like I'm struggling here. I think everyone can notice. Like I said to one mother, I was like, you lucky I took a shower and brushed my teeth this morning.
Yeah.
Like this is the
Wow, that's a win. That's literally a win in the morning.
I just put like just a brush through my hair and then just threw on sweatpants. I think I had a stained shirt on, and I was like, listen.
Yeah, that's a win though. In my book, that's a win.
I took a shower and I brushed my teeth.
Yeah, but that's actually a win because most mornings when I drop off Nicholas at school, my teeth are definitely not brushed. My hair is definitely not brushed. And I go in pajamas and I just throw on like a jean jacket so I can look cute. And it's a funny story. The one day that I literally am in full-blown pajamas, even pajama shirt, no bra on, my son decides he's not going to walk into the building. And I say to him, I'm like, no, like I can't stand outside. Like I'm literally in pajamas and I'm like, Nicholas, mommy doesn't have a bra on. And he's like, I'm not going inside. I'm like, no, we can't do this right now.
We're not mingling outside.
No, this is not even a thing right now. But I had to like calm him down, talk to him into the school building, and I walk in and the one teacher's like, oh, is it pajama day? And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's pajama day. And I'm like, I gotta go. You guys have taken I'm like, I have no bra on. Like this is really embarrassing. But it's like, you just never know with your kids where you're gonna get.
I know.
Lesson from this whole story is at least put on a bra. Like walk out in your pajamas, but at least put on a bra.
I honestly admire the moms who get all dolled up. Not like all dolled up, but that look presentable.
Right, that have clothes on.
But like
pajamas,
look presentable.
Yeah, right.
Like even if it's just a pair of leggings with like a t-shirt, but like their hair is straight, and it's like they may not have like full makeup on, but they put some BB cream on, like some, and like at least curled like the lashes.
Oh yeah,
and like filled in their brows. And I'm like, how the heck did you do this morning?
You know what? And these are probably the moms that are very disciplined and get up before their kids, which is one of my goals, right? Which is one of my goals. I would
love to do that.
I would too. And I've done it a couple of times.
If I don't get home at like midnight or 1 a.m, I would love to do that.
Yeah, you have a rough schedule, so I think it's going to be harder for you to get there. But I have done that a couple of times, a handful of times where I've woken up before the children, and it does make a difference. Like I can brush my teeth. I will shower. Yeah, no, seriously.
Like the little things in life.
The little things, like I will shower. I will have time to maybe like check my email before I even start work. And those are little wins. So yeah, those are probably the moms that are very disciplined and get to bed at a decent time. And good for them. Good for them.
Oh yeah.
Right?
But if not, like if you're looking like a hot mess girl, like
join the club.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I walk in there with like my big shades, like the bigger the better.
Yeah. Covering it all up. Yeah, you look disheveled a lot of times.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still have the eye glue.
You do.
From the
eyelashes.
Before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like so hard. Like obviously I take my makeup off at night.
Yeah.
But like that eye glue that just
I see it all the time.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm literally driving and I'm like, I'm pulling it as I'm driving. And then I'm like, just give me the sunglasses. And I just walk in like that.
On.
It's just
easier. Yeah, no, I've seen you walk around like that, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good look, Jess.
No, probably not.
Probably not a good look for you, but hey, the struggle.
But the struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
When you're like a working parent, a full-time working parent, and you're trying to parent, and be a professional, like it's hard. Like you try to make it work, but it's hard. I don't care what anybody tells me. Like if you're a working mom out there, and I'm like, wow, you are incredible. And if you're a stay-home mom, like you are incredible. And I say that because both things are hard. Yeah. Being a stay-home mom is not easy.
No.
Because a lot of people think like, oh, but she's home. Like she has time. Like, no, there's no time when you're home.
You have to say you have time when you go to work because you have that little break.
You have a little break.
Yes. You get a lunch hour, right?
I say this all the time. Like when I'm at work, like my coworkers laugh, especially the coworkers who don't have kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I just had a hot cup of coffee.
Right. That's like
by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I bought a $6 cup of coffee
that you can actually drink.
The whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
It's like amazing.
And you didn't have to microwave it.
No.
Right.
Three or four times.
Right. Yeah.
No, like I drank it by myself.
Yeah.
And lunch and dinner at work. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get to enjoy a meal.
A whole meal.
Yeah, by yourself. Like nobody sticking their fingers in your plate.
Right.
To say like, well, what are you eating? Can I try? It's like,
so it is. Yeah. So it is a break, I have to say. Like work is hard. Obviously, you have to be professional and you have to do your work. But at the same time, when you have kids, it's kind of like an escape in a way.
Yeah, I can totally relate. Absolutely. I know when I go into work. I hate leaving the kids, but at the same time, there are days where I'm like, I'm leaving. Like, goodbye. I'm running. I need to run. Like I need to decompress. I need to go sit in an office by myself. No one talk to me. And I'm not saying this, because I dislike something. I'm saying this because it is real.
Yeah.
Like the struggle is real, especially when you have little ones at home that are constantly needing. And listen, I am happy to serve them because they are my children and I want nothing more than to serve them.
But you lose yourself.
But it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. And it's there are moments where you're questioning yourself, like, am I equipped for this? Am I doing this right? Like, how could I have done that differently? And then let's not even talk about the mom guilt that is so real. It's 100% real. And I know sometimes people are like, oh, mom guilt, like what is that? No, that is a real thing. And moms truly struggle with it because no matter what you do, how you do it, no matter if you have other women in your life or other, or men in your life or a village helping you and rooting you on and encouraging you, it's still a real thing. It's something that moms really struggle with because you don't want to mess this up. This is probably the
hardest job.
The hardest job you'll ever have.
Your biggest title and your hardest job is mom.
Right. And you don't want to mess this up. I mean, you're raising human beings and you have one chance to do it.
Like I always say this to people, if you work in an office and you can't get something done, you kind of like put it to the side and you're like, you know what?
I'll come back tomorrow.
Or I'll finish this project by the end, I have a deadline by the end of the month, it'll be done. Like as a parent, like we really can't say that. I can't be like, I'm gonna put my child to the side until tomorrow. And I'll like get back to you in that tantrum tomorrow morning. Well, when like I'm up and fresh, like that can't happen.
Right.
Like that doesn't work like that.
Yeah. You might be able to not correct in that moment because, the emotions are high and there's no point of
you can't escape it.
Right. It's no point of parenting in that moment because their emotions are all over the place. They're just not going to get it. So you can't teach them. It's not a teachable moment. But again, you got to
do something.
Do something, right? You can't let the kid hurt himself or you can't let her, keep carrying on or try to like bulldoze the other sibling in the house because they're so angry and frustrated.
Right.
So yeah, it's something that needs to be addressed immediately. So there is no break.
And they call it mom guilt for a reason because I have always this discussion. Like, listen, it's not dad guilt. And listen to all the dads out there. I'm sure like there may be a couple of you that do have dad guilt, but I think society built us differently, right? Like the man in the house, like it was just taught, it's just the norm, like goes out, goes to work, is the breadwinner, comes home, right? And the mom back then was the one that stayed home and did the cooking and the cleaning, attended to the kids and did all that. So now we have society where like the woman is independent, the woman is powerful, the woman goes out and goes to work and has a profession. And now this is like great, right? Like us women, we're at a status where like we're being respected in the workforce. We are leaders, we are CEOs of our companies, we're doing everything. And then you have a kid.
Yeah.
And you still want to be that powerful woman, but it's like a struggle that you have
because you can't do both.
Because you can do both. Because I don't want to say you can't do both because you're doing it, like you're doing it and I'm doing it.
Right. But
if we couldn't do it, we wouldn't be doing it.
Right. You're doing it, but
at a cost.
Right.
And you're doing it at a cost and mom guilt. So I have this conversation with my husband because he's like, well, I don't have dad guilt. Like, I know I need to go out there and provide for you all. Like, I need to go work, right? Because like, I can't stay home or feel guilty of me going out to work. And I said, right, because that's like society built us for that. Like that's, in a way, like that's your job. Like you need to provide for your family. That's how it used to be. Like the man goes out and brings, back the paycheck and helps the family and he's the man of the house. Now, roles have changed and we have parents and we have dads that stay home with the kids.
Yeah.
And like, that's great. And we have moms that are out there providing.
Right.
And that's great too. But I think for a mom, it's harder. It's so much harder.
Well, of course it is because we weren't built that way.
Right. Like society, and you and I have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because, we think alike, but at the same time, like we struggle in this topic.
Yes.
Because,
we have different thoughts about it.
Right. And you want to be a professional, but I do understand your point of view, and I see it. I do see it clearly that it is hard for a woman to leave her children and go to work for all these hours.
Right.
It's extremely hard. And you do have that mom guilt. Like, I have mom guilt.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been doing this for now, Layla's 4.5 years. I left her at 4.5 months. I went back to work. And can I tell you, like, it was so sad.
Yeah. I remember, yes.
So sad.
Yeah.
I sat there while Olga, who watches Layla, has been with us for 4.5 years. We known her family.
Yeah.
And I remember her like knocking on the door, and I was already like, my hair was done. I wasn't fully dressed yet, but I had on like pajamas still, but my hair was done, my makeup was done. And I remember I was holding Layla, and I was sitting in the living room crying.
Yeah.
Like literally crying, like hysterical. And I had just done my makeup. So I was like, oh, it's my day back. So like, you want your full makeup done because you want to walk into work like, I look good now, I'm back. And I was hysterical. Olga walks in and she like gave me a big hug and she's like, what's wrong? And I said like, I don't think I can go to work. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And I just felt in that moment like, how can I leave my baby, like a 4.5-year-old baby? All she's known is me every day of her life, like 24/7. And now I'm just gonna leave her. Like, I'm just gonna disappear for hours a day. I'm gonna disappear. And I cried on my way to work. I remember I got to work, I parked, and I was like, okay, I could do this. I went in, and my coworker, a male, turns around and is like, Jess, welcome back. How are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, I started crying, and he's like, oh my God, did I say something wrong? And I was like, what? And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. And everybody, like, people would come to me like, oh my God, so great to see you. How are you? How's the baby? And I'd be like crying again. And it's
hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard. And then I understood like the mom guilt. And like, I was trying to get back to like the whole dad guilt. I feel like they don't have the dad guilt because in a way, they know like that's what they have to do. But like the mom, like we know we also have to go out to provide, but there is like, I can't explain it. There is like something like a trigger that just makes you feel like this is wrong.
Right.
Like this isn't right. Like I can't be leaving my baby.
Right, because it's not.
For like hours.
Right, because it's not. Because as women, we weren't designed, as mothers, women, yes, as women, we now can work and have a career, and many of us, do that. We go off to college and we
work so hard and we work a career.
We work so hard, we have a career and we do this. But moms are not meant to do both. And that's my opinion, right? Like, I don't believe that I believe they sold us a bad bag of goods, right? In college, where they tell you, or society just tells you like, rah, women, like you can go and get a career and you can have a family and you can be the CEO and you can have 5 kids and drive the beautiful car and look fit, like you have it all. And the reality is that no,
it's hard.
You can't. And you may have it, right? You may have the career and you may have the children, but are you giving 100% to either one of those things?
It's hard.
And I would dare to say, you're really not, because something or someone isn't going to get the 100%, even though you try. And let me tell you, I know moms out there, including yourself, like you try very hard, but can you genuinely sit here and say, I give it 100% in my job, or my job comes before my children?
No.
Right. No. It doesn't.
And it's like, you know what I think it is? It's like you're at your job, like I'm at work, and I try to give 110% of my job.
Of course you do.
Because people depend on me, because I want to deliver the facts. Like I take my job very, very seriously. And when I'm there, and I think also because like I have a village.
Right.
For me, it's like I'm not, like when I go to work and I will check in on my way to work. If I get there, I'll like make sure everybody's okay. But then after that, like they know, like I'm disconnected.
You're disconnected.
I have to disconnect. Sometimes I feel guilty when I disconnect at work, because I'm thinking I should be checking into my children. Like I should be FaceTiming with them. I should be saying goodnight to them. But I can't do that.
Right.
I can't spend an hour on the phone like on FaceTime because I have a deadline.
Right.
I have something to do at work. So I had to learn to be like, okay, listen, like you're gonna have that conversation with the girls, you're gonna see them, you're gonna say goodnight to them. But like when I'm working, when I have a deadline and I have to work, I have to disconnect.
Yeah.
And you girls know, like everybody knows, like I may not answer you right away for hours.
Right. Yeah.
Until I'm off the air
Right.
and I have a break, and then it's like, okay, here's my break, and then I'll connect again with the family. I'll say goodnight to the girls. And it's really hard. At the beginning, I felt like, you know, are my kids gonna be okay? I question it. Like, are they gonna need therapy?
Right.
I literally was, and I still sometimes I'm like, are my kids gonna need therapy because their mom leaves for hours?
Yeah.
Like long hours? Like sometimes I see Layla in the morning, go to school, drop her off at school, and like, that's it. I don't see her till the next morning.
Yeah.
Till the next day. You know how hard that is? When you stop and think about, I spend 2.5 hours with my oldest, and like, that is it. A day, because the next time I see her is the next morning.
Yeah. That's hard.
That's very hard.
Yeah, that is very, very hard. And I mean, I see firsthand what you go through.
It's so hard.
And we've cried together about it.
Yes.
And I could choke up now because it's not easy.
It's not.
And mom guilt is real. I think mom guilt is just a real thing, whether you're a working mom or not. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, the guilt is there. You know, it's a different. I won't even say that it's a different kind of guilt. It's mom guilt is mom guilt. Period. We all go through it. In your situation, mom guilt hits you harder because you're a working mom and you're out of the house for so many hours. And I see firsthand the struggles that you go through, but I also respect that, you know, you've built a career for yourself and that you do want to continue to work.
Right.
And, you know, you've said to me, well, I want my girls to see what it is to be a working mom.
Right.
And, you know, the sacrifices that I am making. And listen, I don't think one way is better than the other. Like, that's not the perspective or the, you know, where I'm coming from. I'm just generally stating, you know, how I feel.
Right.
And that moms should, you know, if you can, be home with your kids. But that's not for everyone, right? Like, you genuinely enjoy what you do.
I do. I love my job.
You love your job.
I love my job. It's like, what else would I do, right? Like, what else am I going to do? And I love my job. I love to go to work. I love to tell stories. I'm happy at work. You know, I really am. But then it's like, I also feel like I miss out on stuff, right? You miss out on things. You miss out on birthday parties. Not like my own kids' birthday parties, because I'm blessed to have bosses where like, I need to take off for my kid's birthday.
Right.
I'm off for my kid's birthday.
Right.
You know, but you can't take off every Saturday to go to everybody's birthday party, like the whole class's birthday party. I can't do that. Like, I work on the weekends.
Yeah.
You can't, you know, there's things you're going to miss.
Holidays.
There's holidays that you're going to miss. You can't, unfortunately, I work with a lot of moms, you know, so we all have to split our time. It's not like we can all be off on the same holiday because we have kids. So we have to kind of all of us take turns. So it's very hard. I never thought it was going to be this hard.
Yeah. And again, going back to like, they sold you a bad bag of goods because society tells you like, rah, rah, you can do it. And then it happens and it's like, yeah, it's a struggle. Yeah.
I've talked to other moms in the industry.
Yeah.
And I think we all agree, like, it's hard.
Yeah.
You're missing out on bets. And especially like, no matter what hours you work, it's a job that demands a lot of hours, that demands you to be focused. And this is why, like, I had to make the decision that when I'm at work and those hours that I have to meet deadline and get on the air, I have to just be committed to my job.
Yeah.
And it's like, everybody knows, like, unless it's an emergency, like, do not contact me.
Yeah.
Like, unless someone's going to the hospital, do not contact me. Because I can't because you feel torn. Like, even
like the moment you connect to the home.
Yes.
And you almost don't want to disconnect.
It's not even like there's something wrong because they can handle it. Like, they can fix it. But then it's like, you're like, okay, like, is everything gonna be okay? Like, and then you're thinking about it. And then you're like, I should be there. Like, what do I do? But I need to concentrate on this. And you're not giving 100%. And it's true. Like, a lot of times you're not giving 100%. And the reason why it's not because you don't want to give 100% is because your mind and your heart is elsewhere sometimes.
Right.
Your heart is like, a piece of your heart is not with you.
Yeah.
And you're always thinking of them.
Right.
You're always thinking like, oh, okay, do you think it's bedtime. Like they should be going to bed now. Like, did they eat? I left them this. I wonder if they ate. You're constantly always, your mind is constantly always thinking and going. And that's where the mom guilt then kicks in.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, I think we can both agree. And I think most moms will say that, yeah, mom guilt is real. And
100%.
trying to do this job perfectly is not a thing.
Yeah. It's impossible.
It's not a thing. I don't think the perfect mom exists.
No. And if you do, please call us.
You don't. And let me know you. I'm not even going to believe that you exist because, like, you just, let's be honest, like, none of us are perfect, right? We are flawed individuals. We are learning
as we go.
Really. Like you said earlier, like we don't come with like there's no manual to this. No matter what baby book you've read, no matter what apps you've downloaded, every child is different.
Yep.
Okay, you could have 5. Each of them is going to be different. You change and you grow with each child, right? Or even with your first child, as your child gets older, you're growing because now you're learning and you're trying to figure things out. But yeah, none of us are perfect. We're all trying our best. I always tell new moms, like, listen, what works for you works for you. It may not work for, it may not work for Maria, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Like, but do what works best for you and for your family, because that's where the focus needs to be. As a working mom, you have a system, and like you said, you have a village that helps you, and so you are able to
do it.
There are moms who I know moms that have been in the workforce who have stepped away from it, and they say, like, number one, it's not worth it, or paying childcare is not worth it. So expensive. So they decide they're going to stay home and they're going to raise their child, and I think that's wonderful. Just like I think it's great that you still want to keep your career. I think it's wonderful for a mom who leaves their career behind and says, you know what, I'm gonna raise my children. I'm gonna give up these next few years to be home with them. And what better reward?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
they could do that.
Right. I think it's a privilege, really, to be able to be home with the kids. But how do you define the image of a perfect mom that society often portrays?
You mean like the false image?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously.
So the false image, and I think new moms can agree, like, and what got to me really was when I first had Layla. So I see these moms on Instagram, like they just gave birth, don't even look like they just gave birth.
Yeah.
Like looking fabulous, even with their leggings, looking great, the little vest and their lattes in hands with the stroller in the park. And I looked at that and I was like, wait a second. How is that possible?
Yeah.
And I would look at the picture of like the image of the baby. I'm like, this is like a newborn.
Yeah.
And here I am, and I don't mean to be gross, but like probably showered. The last time I showered was probably like 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
Like milk is like coming out of me, bleeding. My hair's in a bun and like pumping. And I'm like, how is that possible? Like, how is this woman put together?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way. And here I am struggling to literally lift my baby because I had a C-section. I felt so weak. It was such it was a horrible birth experience. So I looked at them and then I felt sorry for myself because I said, what am I doing wrong? Like, why can't I have the energy to like get in the shower and get dressed and go out with my baby and dress her up, right? Because like you had this thing about like, it's a girl, you want to put bows, like a cute little dress
like
and like
your stroller
and go out there with my coffee and just sit there. And I said, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, am I like the one that can't get it together? Like, am I suffering from postpartum and I don't even know it? Like, what is it? You question it.
Right.
And then little by little, like, I started to notice, like, that cannot be real.
Yeah.
That can't be real. And I feel like that mom just probably had one good day and somebody pushed her to be like, okay, go in the shower and get dressed and go.
And go out.
And like she did, and she took that picture, and then that makes it seem like the rest of us, like, we are like failing.
Yeah.
Like failing ourselves and failing moms.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can see that. And I think social media, unfortunately, social media is great. You connect with friends, like you follow whoever you follow and you like their content. And for moms, I think it's wonderful because like you're learning.
Absolutely.
There's psychologists on social media. There's podcasters that, have great content and relatable content that you enjoy listening to. So it's great for that. But at the same time, I think it gives you an unrealistic expectation of what motherhood is, right?
Right.
Because let's be honest, how many moms are really posting the tantrum the child is, having right now in the middle of the supermarket, and you're sweating, holding, your 10-month-old baby while your 3-year-old is kicking and screaming. Yeah, no one's really posting that, right? No one's posting the mom who sits outside their child's bedroom door after putting 1, 2, or 3 kids to sleep, and they're just so overwhelmed, overly stimulated, overly touched, drained mentally, emotionally, and you're just like, take a deep breath and collapse to the floor and start bawling your eyes out because
it was a day.
Today was rough. Today was rough, and I'm so glad it's over. I don't see many moms posting that type of content. Have I seen it? Yes. I think, and I really hope that moms are now becoming more comfortable and more comfortable and more open, like you say, about the real messiness of
being a mom.
Yeah. And I think it's so important to share, like you just share the moment of you coming home from the hospital days into being postpartum and like not feeling well, not showered in a couple of days, still bleeding.
It's so hard.
Learning this whole breastfeeding thing, it's difficult.
It's a lot.
And just like you, there's so many of us that have gone through the same exact experience. And maybe we don't talk about it because, again, we see on social media all these moms who, wow, they've got it down to like a science. Like, wow, they can, get themselves in and out. And
by the way, they can't.
Right.
Well, and if they're convinced they can, and if they can, like, more kudos to you, girl. Like, I'm gonna tell you, power to you, because like I'm still trying to get it together.
Yeah, no, same. So yeah, somebody give us advice on how to get it together.
Because it's been 4.5 years and I'm still trying to get it together.
Yeah, and same here. And it's a struggle. But I think what's important is to share the hard, messy moments.
The truth.
Yeah.
I have coworkers who are one of them is having a baby too. She's having twins for the first time. And I had this conversation with her, and I say to every new mom, I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah. Because I feel like I wish people didn't sugarcoat it for me. Like, oh, everything's going to be great, sweetie. You're going to be an excellent mom. You're going to be great. Honestly, when I went to the hospital, can I tell you this? And you know this. When I went to give birth to Layla, I literally brought like my full makeup bag.
Oh yeah, so now you convinced me to bring like a whole,
I brought this whole thing. Like I brought my makeup bag, my curling iron.
Yeah.
Because I was ready for like the photo session.
Yeah, afterwards.
Like I brought her so many outfits for Layla, like bows and everything. And I was like, oh, like, those photos that I see on Instagram, like at the side of the bed with your baby and your husband. And I'm like, I'm gonna need to do my makeup before the photographer comes in.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
None of that happened.
No. I didn't even shower till day 3.
Yeah.
Okay? You like didn't get me out of that disgusting rope that they give you until day 3.
Yeah.
Okay? And the poor Layla, like I couldn't even lift her. Like people had to bring her to me because I had a C-section. It was really bad. It was an emergency C-section. I couldn't even get out of the bed to like literally lift her.
Yeah.
So let alone change her.
Yeah.
No, like the nurses would come and whatever they wrapped her in, like that's how she was.
Yeah.
Like her first picture is literally in that hospital blanket that they put her in.
Yeah.
And a little hat that they give me. That's it. That's how her picture is. Because I couldn't do it. And then I went home and I just felt I felt sorry for myself.
Yeah.
I felt like, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? Like I felt like I wasn't built for this.
Yeah.
Like I can't get it together. I'm not strong for her. Like I used to always look good. And then here I am. And then little by little, I start realizing and start seeing like, no, there's other moms out there that are going through the same thing as I am. Like the reality, it's not that Instagram post. And I said that to one of our friends who was having a hard time. And she said to me, oh, but like on Instagram, like this. And I looked at her and I said, that's fake.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to tell you, I felt the same way as you or worse.
Right.
And like postpartum is real. It's a real thing. And really quick, I want to tell you a story, which when I was breastfeeding, right? I wanted to exclusively breastfeed Layla. And I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. It's good for her. And they, like the pressure of wanting to breastfeed.
Yeah.
And I did. I went home, I was breastfeeding. She wouldn't latch on. So I had to pump. So I was exclusively pumping because she just wouldn't latch on.
Right.
And I remember I was so exhausted. I had pumped. She woke up. And I was pumping at that time, like maybe 2 or 3 ounces, like
you didn't
enough
to
like feed her, like literally enough to feed her. and I was exhausted. So I was transferring the milk from the pump bottle like into her bottle. I was going to give it to her. I didn't close the nipple correctly.
Yeah.
So when I went to feed her, like the breast milk spilled everywhere. I literally had a meltdown.
Yeah.
Like a nervous breakdown. And I started hysterical and hyperventilating, and I was like, I'm failing at this. I can't even feed her. How am I going to feed her now? Like that was the only milk I had to feed her. The girl is wailing. She's starving.
Yeah.
And Pep is telling me, just give her formula. And I was like, I can't give her formula. I will fail. The pressure. I was like, I can't give her formula. I'm like, now what am I going to do? I don't have enough milk to feed her. And it's just like, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
Like literally a disaster. And I felt so, in that moment, like when you were asking me your first mom guilt, I think that was my first mom guilt.
Yeah.
That I felt like I can't feed my child.
Yeah.
I can't feed my child.
You had formula at home.
Yeah, I had no choice but to give her the formula.
But you had food. Like you were able to feed her.
Yes.
You just couldn't feed her your breast milk.
Right.
But there was food for her to be fed with.
Yeah.
Right. But we get so wrapped up that it literally, like, it breaks you.
It does.
It breaks you.
It does. Like if I tell you hyperventilating, upset, like just angry at myself. I felt like I can't do this. I'm not built for this. Like I failed her.
Yeah.
You get these emotions, and you were asking me your first mom guilt.
Yeah.
Like I think that was my first mom guilt.
Yeah. And I think in moments like that, it's when you realize like, I can't do this alone.
Yeah.
And you need Jesus. I think as a mom, I now understand how much I need him, because I can't go through my day. Like I literally am talking to Jesus every single day, to the point where, and I've said this in another episode, where my 5-year-old now, when he knows I'm going crazy, seriously, when I'm like get into that like rage and I'm like just losing it and everything's just like going crazy in my house. And he recently reminded me, I guess he saw the way I was acting, and he goes, Mommy, just say Jesus. You need Jesus right now. You need Jesus. And I stopped and I looked at him and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I need him. I'm like, I need him desperately. Like, I need him desperately. And it's like, I need him every single moment of every single day, because this job is very hard. It is the most rewarding job,
right?
But you're desperate. You're desperate for help. There are times where you're literally, like you said, you were on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
You were like hyperventilating. And some could be listening to this and saying like, it's just milk.
No.
Like it was only 2 ounces that you had. I mean, what's the kid gonna eat with 2 ounces? Meanwhile, she was a newborn. So
So it was
2 ounces would have been enough for her. But in that moment, like that was detrimental to you.
Oh yeah.
Like you were just like, I'm not feeding my kid. Like my kid's gonna starve tonight. Like you weren't even thinking that you could give her formula.
Right. And you were like against it. You were like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like it's gonna mess her up.
Right.
But in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Like she's thriving.
Right.
And then I wanted to exclusively breastfeed and I didn't. I had to do half and half.
Right.
Because I wasn't producing enough milk. And that's another thing. Like a lot of moms, we feel like we're failing too because we're not producing a lot, and then we're like,
we're
doing
just
everything.
not breastfeeding in general.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're like looking for these teas and cookies and drinking and eating all whatever we can to produce. But the reality is like some of us, unfortunately, don't produce enough milk.
Yeah.
That you have to supplement. And I had to.
Yeah. Same.
And with my second one, it was totally different. She latched on right away and I was able to breastfeed her.
Yeah. So every experience is different. Even same mom, 2 different experiences. And that's just how motherhood is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just
messy.
It's messy.
It's messy.
It's definitely messy.
And that's why I think a lot of women who are having kids for the first time, I always say to them, like, there's going to be days that there's going to be days you're going to remember this conversation with me, because as much as you love your kids because you love them and you enjoy being a mom, it's like there's days that you literally go to sleep crying.
Oh,
either because you feel like you
days.
failed, you didn't do something right, you didn't spend enough time with them, you didn't do the right thing. It's like everything.
Right. But I think also in those moments, right, we call them our bad moments, where we go to bed crying and we're frustrated, or we just had a bad day and we were yelling and we said things that we wish we would have never said. I think those are the moments, though, when you're laying down in bed crying, that you literally reach out to God and you're like, you're trying to change me here.
Yeah.
Like you're speaking to me loud. Like there is something you need me to change, and tell me.
Right.
Like tell me what it is, because I don't want to continue living this way. And sometimes, maybe there's nothing he wants you to change,
Right.
but you need someone to call out to. And he's there and he's constant. And I think that's the one thing in motherhood that will remain constant is your relationship with Jesus, because motherhood can also be lonely.
Yeah.
Even if you have a village, you can literally feel like you're alone, right? And I remember one day you calling and telling me about the story of you sitting in the shower and you just started crying because you felt alone, like you felt sad for yourself. And there's so many women that experience that, and including myself. And meanwhile, like you have a house filled with family that is going to help you, especially in the first couple of weeks till you recover. We've been fortunate enough where we've had that. Everybody chips in and helps out. Yet motherhood can feel lonely. It can feel very lonely at times, and it can be a struggle. And we strive to be perfect, but the reality is that we're not, and we're not going to get it right, and it's okay.
And another thing to mention too is like for those moms who are watching us and feel a certain way. Like, hey, this is reality. We went through it.
Yeah.
We are testimony of like, yes, it's not all picture perfect.
Right, of course not.
But if you are struggling, I also want to say that postpartum depression is a real thing.
Yes.
Is a real thing. I was very lucky that I didn't have postpartum depression. But I've had friends that have struggled with postpartum depression. It's a real thing.
And you should speak to your doctor about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you even think you're struggling with postpartum, speak to your doctor about it.
You should not feel ashamed.
Not at all.
You should not feel ashamed. You know how many women suffer from postpartum depression? Remember, it's like your whole life just changed.
Right.
You're in charge of this human. This human now relies on you.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yep.
24/7. And you forget yourself.
And it's not even, discount what happens to your body during that time and like your hormones. That's a real thing. Like your hormones are all over the place. Out of whack. And they're out of whack for, I even dare to say, and I think I read this somewhere where it's a year or 2 years until your hormones actually regulate. So throughout that year or 2 years, whatever it is, and don't quote me on this, but it's a very long time. Well,
it takes your body a year to heal.
Right.
And then your hormones, and then for you to feel like yourself again. I was actually reading this article, and it said it could take up to 4 to 5 years.
Yes, to feel yourself again.
To feel yourself again as a woman.
Yeah.
So imagine all the changes that your body is going through.
Yeah.
You as a human.
I mean, you just created life inside of yourself, and then you birthed life. Like that is a superpower. I don't care what anybody says, but like, moms, like. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Like we are amazing.
That's why I feel like we have to give each other grace.
Yes.
Because we have to say like, I did this and let go of the small little things.
Yeah.
That sometimes it doesn't work out. Like I had to give her formula. It's like, okay, but you're fortunate enough to be able to buy the formula and have formula at the house. She's going to be okay.
And you're feeding your baby, which at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Right? Your child is thriving. Your child is growing. You go to that pediatrician appointment and they're telling you like, the baby's gained weight. She looks great or he looks great. Bottom line, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's the important part. The baby's being fed and cared for and loved on. That's what babies, and that's what the babies need at the end of the day.
Is love.
It's love, right? And a healthy mom, and our mental health is so important during this time because we need to be there for them. Like we are who they have at that moment. Like that's it. So yeah, it's very important. And I think it's very important, and I'll just wrap up with this, is that to have a village. I think moms, you have to have a village, and your village. I don't mean it doesn't have to be family, right? Some people don't have family that live close by that they can rely on, but your neighbor, if she offers that help, say yes to it.
Yes.
Sometimes we want to. We're super women, and we don't want to take the help. We're like, oh, I can't ask for help. I can do this all on my own. But it's like, no, if somebody's offering the help, and
take it.
I should take my own advice, but take it. Right? Seriously, take it. Like you don't have to do this alone. Build a village. Get mom friends. If you don't have mom friends, make mom friends.
Go to the park.
Right.
Go to the library. Go
Yes.
to like the strolls, the walk in the park. If they're little still, you'll find other moms walking through the park.
Yes.
And just make that contact.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, like you went, I remember you went up to your friend Tamara, like, oh, we're going to be friends in college. You basically forced her into a friendship with you. But it's like, force another mom at the park to be your friend. Like, I don't mean like, don't force her literally, but yeah, start up a conversation and talk, and you will see like wow, she's going through the same exact thing I'm going through.
We all are.
Yes.
And some
then
of us
it's
don't want
different.
right. And some of us want to be secret about it, like, oh, like ashamed kind of. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get
Don't talk
together.
about it. Yeah.
I, look, like she's working and she's going out and she looks great and look, she looks fit. But like reality is like she's also struggling.
Yeah.
One way or the other, there's something she's struggling with.
Yeah.
Because we all are. And it's impossible to do it all. It's impossible to work and be a full, like I was saying, like, ladies, really, you're a full-time mom, a full-time professional, a full-time wife, a full-time cleaner, a full-time everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Doctor, a full-time, just, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You're just a full-time. You're like on call 24/7.
You are. As a mom, you are.
And you forget about yourself a lot of times.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen me and you're like, and you know what I do for a living? And you're like, Jess, like you really need to go get like your root.
Yeah.
Or like you really need to get those eyebrows done because it's like you feel like you don't have time.
Yeah.
It's you're against the clock every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. 100%.
But there's no perfect mom.
Nope.
So
You're
not
perfect
alone.
in your way.
Yes.
You're
And you know what? Yes.
You're perfect for your children.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for saying that and for
Yes.
sharing that. You are exactly who God made you for these children. And for these children
for them.
or for this child, you are everything and you are perfect. And that's all that
Matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
look at you and like my daughter, Olivia still doesn't understand, but Layla, like I feel guilty going to work a lot of times. And I have to, believe it or not, like I ask her for
Permission.
in a way, confirmation, permission,
Yeah.
where I say to her, Layla, she's at the point where she now does ask, like, Mommy, are you coming home early or coming home late?
Yeah.
Right? So I work night shift. So I say, today, there's sometimes that I go early, but usually I go late. So I say to her, Mommy's coming late today. I'm like, is that okay? Like, are you upset? Like, is that okay? She looks at me, she's like, no, that's fine. I'm not upset.
Yeah.
But it's like, but believe it or not, my 4-year-old telling me that she's not upset, like I can leave
Gives
to
you
work
strength to go.
to
Yeah.
go. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine if she would to tell me like, I'm upset, you can't go?
Yeah. You'd have to quit your job.
I don't even know what I
Yeah.
did. I hope my boss is not watching because I'm like, well, you better work.
Quit your job.
You know, when you're
yeah.
4-year-old and like,
Yeah, that's strong. That's like
it's a lot. Yeah. It's like those conversations that she's at a point where, and I ask her, I'm like, is it okay? And she's like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and she gets excited when she sees me on TV.
Right.
And she gets happy, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. But then I realize like I'm struggling with that. But for her, it's like,
This is what she knows. Right.
Yeah. And it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Right. Yeah. And you are perfect. You are perfect for
You all are.
for the two little ones.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining me. I can't wait for you to be back.
Yes. It's a great conversation.
Yes, as always.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for joining us today on Messy Joy. We invite you to join our community by visiting messyjoyshow.com and subscribing to our various channels. Remember, even though life can seem messy at times, there's always joy to be found. We'll see you next time on Messy Joy.